Yoongun, Mi-young's mom, tells Kang Hyung that she believes Mi-young is being bullied because of her. Kang Hyung wants to console her but can't find the words after witnessing the kids fight, feeling it's not his place to speak on the matter. Yoongun informs him that she knows who he is, having heard he runs a restaurant on the other side of the village, and asks if he wouldn't mind teaching her how to cook Korean dishes as Mi-young wants to have a birthday party and her friends will be coming over. But she only knows how to cook Vietnamese dishes. Kang Hyung agrees to help but keeps wondering why Yoongun asked him for help. Surrounded by white rice cakes, he realizes that asking for help when needed is the right thing to do. He decides to help and talks to a trustworthy person who knows a lot about the villagers. Kang Hyung goes to Sujin's house and finds the village chief there, who challenges him for not coming to him for help. Kang Hyung explained that he had been thinking about what dish to teach Yoongun for the birthday party. While discussing, Kang Hyung learns that the village has only one school with a single combined class and later comes up with the idea of teaching Yoongun something she can learn easily when Sujin sympathizes with Mi-young and hopes her child won't go through what Mi-young does. The village chief advises Kang Hyung to tell Yoongun to make a Vietnamese dish. He explains that trying to fit in forcibly can negatively affect Mi-young, as she still can't accept their differences, and the adults should show her that being different isn't bad or wrong and ask Kang Hyung to do his part. While Kang Hyung helps Yoongun with the dishes, she wonders if the kids will like the food since Korean and Vietnamese food are different, which makes her question if she's doing the right thing but thinks it will be fine as long as Kang Hyung helps her. Yoongun presents the last dish, bun cha, one of Vietnam's representative dishes, where vegetables, meat, and noodles are eaten after dipping them into nuoc cham sauce. Kang Hyung, with the help of rice cakes, tells Yoongun the food is delicious after distracting her by asking for water. He makes some corrections to the dish and tells her to make it for the party. On his way home, Mi-young gives Kang Hyung a birthday invitation and tells him to come, although she's not sure any of the kids will show up since she fought with Chulman, who has many friends. On the day of the party, Mi-young worries if anyone will show up and is mesmerized by her mom's dress from her country. She asks for one for herself, and her mom gives it to her. Mi-young is surprised to see Chulman at the door. Chulman apologizes to Mi-young, and she forgives him and him a birthday invitation. This prompts the rest of the kids, who were hiding, to happily show up with their invitation cards. The children get excited, as it is their first time seeing these dishes. Yoongun guides the kids on how to eat bun cha with a sauce when they ask for help. The kids enjoy the delicious bun cha and offer compliments, making Mi-ju change her future husband's choice to dumplings. When the kids ask, Mi-young shows them her dress and explains that both the dress and the food are from her mother's countryside, in Vietnam. This prompts Mi-ju to change her future husband's choice of dress. Kang Hyung reassures Yoongun that he will take care of the cooking. When Mi-young tells her mom she wants to show her friends their matching clothes, she drags her mom over, and they all compliment how beautiful the clothes are. A beastman, a large humanoid cat, reports to Mona's mother, the chief of the beastman village, about her daughter running away again. She instructs the beastman to bring Kang Hyung to her, as her daughter feels indebted to him, and as her mother, she should become acquainted with him when the beastman informs her that Mona is with Kang Hyung when she asks. In another world, Rice Cake makes a fuss upon seeing the shrimp, causing Kang Hyung to question why she is wary of tiny dead shrimp. He thinks it is because she has not seen them before without saline water. After seeing Rice Cake pleading with him, Kang Hyung decides to cook something with the shrimp. Mona joins them, and Kang Hyung tells her she can have some if she's hungry, feeding both her and Rice Cake. They both get excited after tasting the delicious shrimp, making Kang Hyung feel pleased. Just when Mona asks for more, the beastman arrives, and Kang Hyung immediately recognizes him as the one who took Mona the last time they met. Kang Hyung tells him to let Mona finish her shrimp before taking her back to the village, but he is shocked when the beastman informs him that he is there for him. The beastman informs Kang Hyung that he's there for him and asks him to follow. Kang Hyung, feeling scared, asks where they are going. The beastman explains that he has received an invitation to the beastman village from their chief. Kang Hyung becomes even more frightened when he realizes Mona is the chief's daughter. He wonders if they plan to interrogate him about what he's feeding Mona and feels he shouldn't follow the beastman blindly. He tells him he won't be able to go today as he's busy. The beastman gives him a horn used by their warriors and asks him to call when he has time. Kang Hyung is surprised by the beastman's consideration and wonders if it's just a simple invitation or a meeting with an angry parent. Before the beastman leaves, Kang Hyung gives him a lot of chilled shrimp, saying he can't let him leave empty-handed after coming all that way. The beastman eats the shrimp and is amazed by Kang Hyung's cooking skills. Kang Hyung ponders whether he should go to the beastman village or not and wishes he had someone to consult. Just then, Randolph arrives, much to Kang Hyung's relief. After explaining the situation, Randolph tells him that an invitation to the beastman village is unbelievable, as it's the first time he has seen a human invited since all contact between humans and beastmen was cut off. Randolph ponders how a community that follows strict parenting principles left their child in Kang Hyung's care and thinks Kang Hyung doesn't realize how incredible the situation is. Kang Hyung feels relieved and decides to accept the invitation when Randolph assures him they won't try to harm him. Kang Hyung cooks some shrimp for Randolph, who finds the idea strange but decides to try it since Kang Hyung's cooking never disappoints. He is satisfied with the delicious taste but finds peeling the shrimp bothersome. Kang Hyung is surprised to see Mona and Rice Cake eating the shrimp without peeling them, having gotten tired of waiting for him. Randolph reminds Kang Hyung that he's obliged to teach him swordsmanship well, recalling their deal. He reassures Kang Hyung not to worry, as they will start with basic training since it's his first day. After training, Randolph comments that Kang Hyung has a long way to go to become a stronger warrior due to his poor stamina. Lying on the floor weakly, Kang Hyung, with a trembling voice, says he's a chief. Randolph questions how Kang Hyung can be exhausted from just 4 hours of knife training and asks if his lower body is weak. Kang Hyung notices that the spot where Rice Cake licked feels less painful, like muscle relief gel, and wonders if he imagined it. Mona then does the same thing, but it only feels wet and smells, though he appreciates her effort. Randolph gifts Kang Hyung a training sword he made for his daughter and explains that she has trypanophobia, making Kang Hyung think he's just getting rid of a useless sword. Randolph gets excited and promises to make Kang Hyung a stronger warrior, while Kang Hyung guesses he'll be suffering from constant muscle pain. At home, Kang Hyung feels exhausted and cooks a late-night snack, as it's been a while since he craved one, and serves some rice cake. Seeing how much Rice Cake enjoys the snack, he feels relieved and decides to eat. Kang Hyung is surprised when he realizes he can actually taste the food. Kang Hyung feels happy that he can now taste food even though his sense of taste hasn't fully recovered. He is glad he came to the village when he did, as he might have given up on cooking if he had stayed in Seoul, just as he had given up on himself. The village chief sees Kang Hyung's light on as he walks home from Mr. Kim's house and wonders what he's doing up so late. Meanwhile, Kang Hyung is cooking his signature dish, umami, but realizes that while he can taste the food, he can't fully appreciate its savoriness. However, seeing how Rice Cake is amazed by the food, he decides that a halfway success is still a success in the end and tells Rice Cake that he won his first competition with the umami dish. The next morning, the village chief rushes to Kang Hyung, who is still suffering from indigestion and muscle pain, and pulls an all-nighter to take him to the hospital, informing him of the way that Sujin is in labor. When they arrive, Kang Hyung sees many villagers at the hospital, whom Grandma Park later asks to leave. The village chief tells Kang Hyung to wait behind as Minho's friend to relieve Minho, who looks scared and worried. Kang Hyung feels awkward just sitting there without knowing what to do, as he has never experienced a situation like this and thinks it would have been better if the village chief had stayed. However, Minho thanked him for staying, saying that just having him sit next to him was enough. He tells Kang Hyung that he's excited but also scared and nervous. Kang Hyung pats Minho on the back to reassure him that everything will be fine, realizing that Minho is also experiencing this for the first time since they are the same age. The villagers break the news that Sujin has given birth to a girl and decide to have a feast to celebrate the joyous occasion, as it's been so long since the village had a baby. Kang Hyung tells the village chief that Minho is with Sujin, crying like there's no tomorrow. Kang Hyung mentions that he received an invitation from another village and seeks advice on what to bring. The village chief, who was first shocked thinking Kang Hyung had been scouted by another village, tells him he can bring alcohol or a local specialty. Ready to visit the Beastman village, Kang Hyung goes to the forest in the other world and uses the horn the Beastman gave him. He is shocked when the beastman arrives, picks him up, and flies off with him on his shoulder. Kang Hyung throws up when they stop, wondering if his legs are really weak after hearing the beastman's words. He recalls Randolph telling him that there shouldn't be a problem with him going to the beastman village, besides the fact that beastmen consider white wolves sacred and there's a treaty in place. Randolph explained how there was a huge war between the different races in the past that lasted for hundreds of years, engulfing the whole continent in chaos and death. He told him that saying the world would have ended is no exaggeration if the war had continued, but the gods, unable to stand by idly, interfered, leading them to sign a treaty to prevent future conflicts. This made the various species start distancing themselves from one another. Kang Hyung wonders if he will be welcome in the village. Upon reaching the village, they are confronted by warrior chief Temu, who questions Noah about why the head chief allowed a human to visit. Tension rises, leaving Kang Hyung scared and wishing someone would stop the impending fight, as the White Wolf, Rice Cake, Mona, and Noah stand by to protect him from warrior chief Temu. Just then, Cassandra, Mona's mother and the head of the tribe, arrives to welcome Kang Hyung. Noah tells Kang Hyung to pay his respects and introduces him to Cassandra. He thanks her for the invitation and introduces himself. Cassandra tells Kang Hyung not to be nervous, explaining that she invited him to thank him since her daughter has been bothering him recently, but Kang Hyung assures her that she hasn't been a bother. Cassandra puts warrior chief Temu in his place with her words, making him angry. Cassandra apologizes to Kang Hyung for his unpleasant encounter and assures him not to worry, explaining that they are simply not used to seeing humans around. However, Kang Hyung is terrified, feeling they might tear him apart as he is surrounded by beastmen. Cassandra tells him it's unusual for them to invite a human to their village, but she really wants to meet the protagonist of the rumor, which makes Kang Hyung ponder the word rumor. Cassandra reveals that the whole forest has been talking about him, the one who tamed a holy wolf, making him wonder if his camping life has been broadcast. Cassandra offers to repay Kang Hyung for his favor, but instead, he brings out the boiled pork he made as a side dish with alcohol and explains that he couldn't come empty-handed. Cassandra is mesmerized and asks if that's how he tamed her daughter. Kang Hyung nearly gets himself killed when he tells Cassandra not to drink the alcohol immediately as it might explode due to being shaken on the way, but he later clarifies what he meant. After eating the side dish with alcohol, Cassandra expresses how mesmerized she is with the food and apologizes for her people's behavior, prompting the other beastmen present at the palace to apologize as well. Cassandra instructs Noah to inform the other members about holding a festival for Kang Hyung, making him wonder why villagers love feasts so much. She tells Kang Hyung that the Chetu title signifies the best hunter in the tribe and that whoever is bestowed with it has the honor of leading the tribe during hunts. This explains why everyone went hunting with such enthusiasm. When Cassandra asks if he likes hunting and suggests he join them, Kang Hyung says he's okay just sitting down, feeling like he will be the one hunted. Cassandra mentions how she would have run into the forest to hunt if she weren't the head of the tribe and had to look after the children. Kang Hyung offers to help watch the kids but decides to stay put after seeing how wildly they play. Cassandra laughs at Kang Hyung and assures him they don't eat humans, even when a kid bites his clothes. Temu returns from hunting with a monster from the western part of the forest, which is incredibly hard to catch because of its speed. This makes Kang Hyung realize Temu is not just a warrior chief for nothing. Kang Hyung decides to go along with Temu's words of not having seen such prey before, but Temu gets angry, thinking Kang Hyung is insulting him. This is because Rice Cake caught an infamous magic beast that spews paralyzing poison, which even the most powerful warriors can't defeat alone. All the beastmen return from the hunt, and Cassandra announces Hammon as the winner. Temu questions why Cassandra chose Hammon, as he only caught a bird. Cassandra explains that they misunderstood her instructions. She didn't ask for the strongest animal, but for the most delicious game. She tells Temu that a hunter can't be called amazing just because he's good at hunting. To be worthy of the Chedu title, one must be able to select prey according to the required purpose. She asks if anyone disagrees with her. Noah asks why he looks like he's about to cry, and agrees with Cassandra's words. Cassandra instructs them to start the fire to commence the feast since the Chedu has been decided. The villagers hail Hammon for winning the Chedu title. Kang Hyung feels relieved that Rice Cake didn't win the title, as he would have received even more glares if she did. He decides to enjoy the feast quietly before it's time to go home. Excited, Cassandra asks Kang Hyung if he's enjoying the meat. Kang Hyung is surprised by the question, as the meat smells terrible. He wonders if they have any spices and questions how they are all grinding the meat so happily despite the smell. Kang Hyung asks Cassandra if the meat doesn't taste fishy, which baffles her. She also praises him for the meat he brought earlier, which was special to them. Cassandra questions Mona on why she's not eating, as she used to love meat. Rice Cake pleads with Kang Hyung to save her, but he tells her that the beastmen don't think highly of humans, and he doesn't want to meddle with them. However, he decides to take over the cooking and asks Rice Cake to get him some edible sour fruits when Cassandra tries to force him to eat the smelly meat. Kang Hyung showcases his cooking skills by preparing the meat with alcohol and fruit. He tells Cassandra that he's a chef, so he's obligated to cook something more delicious. Cassandra laughs at Kang Hyung, stating she's not sure if he's brave or just timid, but either way, she likes him. She then informs him that feeding the whole tribe is a lot of work, and they can't let their guests do that. Cassandra tells Kang Hyung to let them worry about the work, as it's their responsibility to cook the prey they caught, and thanks him for his generosity. After the feast, Cassandra tells Kang Hyung that Noah will escort him home. She informs him that she wants to give him a proper send-off, but everyone has a hangover, and she gives him a pipe as a gift, symbolizing proof of his friendship with the beastmen. Kang Hyung states that the beastman village is an experience he will never forget for many reasons, and there are things he can't experience in his normal day-to-day life. He doesn't think he will be able to experience such spectacular things back home. Just when he is pondering his experience, a guest walks into his restaurant and asks if there's an empty table. Kang Hyung guesses everyday life isn't that unremarkable after all. Kang Hyung recalls he hasn't installed a security alarm and wonders how much it would cost when a customer requests the coldest water. The customer, surprised to find a restaurant there, orders vongole and asks if he can change the pasta to fettuccine. Kang Hyung notices the customer doesn't look like a villager and tells him they don't have fettuccine, but they do have linguine. The customer agrees to linguine. Kang Hyung never thought someone would request fettuccine in the village. While cooking, he thinks about how fettuccine is flat and thick, while linguine is thinner but still thicker than regular pasta. He figures the customer must like Western food since most villagers don't even know different types of pasta. Kang Hyung shows off his cooking skills and serves the food. The customer realizes Kang Hyung's cooking skills are not ordinary and asks to speak with him. The customer covers himself with his coat when the news starts talking about how master painter Young Jae-hoon has left his mark on the art world again, having been awarded the Golden Lion at the Venice Biennale and received many project offers. The customer, who turns out to be Young Jae-hoon, thanks Kang Hyung for the delicious food and mentions that he never thought he would eat Italian so far out in the countryside. Kang Hyung tells him it's the same for him, as he's the first person to ask for a specific pasta shape. Young replies that he likes Italian food and used to eat it frequently while studying abroad. Kang Hyung thanks him for letting him show off his skills and invites him to visit again, saying he can cook any Italian dish. Young asks if he can make minestrone, a traditional Italian soup with pasta and vegetables, a dish that is easy to make and share with the whole family. Kang Hyung asks if he wants it now, as it will take around 30 minutes, but Young says he will come tomorrow and request it then. Disappointed, Kang Hyung says he understands and will prepare it in advance. Young thanks him and mentions he doesn't usually make such requests but is looking forward to tomorrow because of Kang Hyung's skills. They exchange names, and Kang Hyung asks what he should add to the minestrone. Surprised that Kang Hyung doesn't know who he is, Young asks if he doesn't watch TV, and Kang Hyung says not really. Kang Hyung wonders why Young suddenly introduced himself and is shocked by the news about Young's achievements. The next day, Kang Hyung apologizes for being disrespectful and tells Young he's a fan. Young asks if he would have believed his words if he were him, and Kang Hyung says no. Young reassures him not to worry, as he came to the countryside to avoid being treated as someone special. He tells him he has become quite arrogant and wants to be reminded of the old times with Kang Hyung's dishes. Kang Hyung serves the minestrone and tells him to enjoy it. Young tells Kang Hyung that the minestrone is delicious, and Kang Hyung says that he is eating it like he doesn't care about the taste, which makes Young ask if he is watching him. Young reassures him that he has never had a minestrone of this level in Korea before. While praising Kang Hyung's cooking, Young shares how he went to Italy to pursue his painting dream with nothing but a dream in his pocket. He did all sorts of labor work, and even after that, buying a bottle of paint was difficult. His meals back then were nothing more than pasta and a pinch of salt. He tells him minestrone was cheap then, and he struggled in Italy until he got an opportunity and left. Since then, he avoided Italian food but realized that painful memories are still memories. After their long talk, Young thanks Kang Hyung for listening, and Kang Hyung asks if he has time tomorrow as he wants to help him recreate his time in Italy. Kang Hyung researches the ingredients they might have used back then and decides to look up Amalfi, the place Young mentioned. Seeing how beautiful Amalfi is, Kang Hyung thinks Young's memories might be more precious than he initially thought.